Happy Sunday morning, boys.
Happy day after your birthday at time of recording, Mikey.
Oh, yeah. Had a magical day.
How was the, anyone shown up to your house yet?
Yeah, thankfully, no. I've had a lot of weird parcels through, all containing nothing but shreddies, but I think that might just be my usual shipment of shreddies coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, possibly, yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun one. So, in case you missed the stream, you missed out on my dad doxing me live on air, which is great fun.
Twice in the space of about 8 seconds.
Yeah, I was terrified to call him because he doesn't understand what streaming is. So it's kind of hard to go in and say, okay, Dad, you're live on air in front of a lot of people. In my mind, I was like, oh, don't swear, don't say anything bad. Yeah. Didn't tell him not to say my address online because that's kind of, you should hope that wouldn't happen. But yeah. It was, unfortunately, he sent a birthday card out to me and it didn't arrive. And so I made the silly mistake of asking, oh, did you send it to my new address? To which he responded, bleep, my new address.
Here's the address.
123 Fake Street.
Yeah, yep. And then, so me and Claudia scream. I tell him to stop. There's a silence for a few seconds. And then he just repeats it again. I knew calling my dad would have been a bad idea. But oh well, happy birthday to me.
So you called him, did you?
I did, well, because he tried to call me at the beginning of the stream, and
I
rejected the call. I felt really bad about that. So I was like, "Oh God, okay, no, I'll call him on air. It could be fun." And it was fun because it's lovely to hear big northern Geordie man talk about going out to order a takeaway and being in his dressing gown all day.
Yeah,
sitting in my dressing gown all morning.
I'm gonna go for a curry.
What was the name of that curry place again?
Oh, the Shagarika.
Yeah,
Shagarika.
It's a classic. That was the one we always went to. Back up north.
That's Austin Powers' catchphrase, isn't it? Shagarika.
Shagarika, baby. Yeah.
I just can't believe that entertainment was free. I was having a wonderful time sat at home watching that.
You should have donated, Ben.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Can't believe I'm not paying for this entertainment.
It's the heist of the century.
It really is. Good. Well, yeah. I don't think my dad understood at all what he did at any point in that, but that's fine. I want to shelter him from the harm of the internet.
Yeah.
Bless him. Yeah, it was a lovely birthday stream. Thank you for everyone who came along.
Well, I'm glad that, you got away with that. Got away with it without anyone hopefully noting down your address. And never again will we say 33 West Wallaby Street, Bristol. Oh, no!
Oh, fuck. Oh. Right. Do we just scrap the podcast then and start again, or what are we doing?
Delete the whole.
Yeah,
delete all the Podiots.
Can't edit that out.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Podiots, the official Vidiots podcast. It's a conversational podcast where we take some questions from you at home and obey the law of the three where everybody brings a thing
along to talk about.
I'm Ben.
I'm Peter.
And I'm 33 West Wallaby Street. Oh, God, I did it again.
For God's sake.
Michael.
I'm Michael.
Also, just a quick hello to the mystery person who works for the Insomnia Gaming Festival.
Oh,
who
yeah.
For some reason tweeted about Podiots the other day on International Podcasting Day, despite it not being a video game podcast.
True.
But they tweeted about us from the Insomnia Twitter account, and it was very surreal, very appreciated, but hello, mystery person.
Yeah. Hello.
Very weird.
Thank you, Podiots listener who clearly works for Insomnia.
That's an idea. If anyone who has a job at the minute, use your job as a vehicle to advertise Podiots. If you work in a milk factory, replace the labels with Podiots QR codes. Go wild. Yeah. Let's get guerrilla with this. Thank you, Insomnia, for starting the Vidiots revolution.
We've got a guy who works for whatever it's called. Is it Merlin Entertainment?
Oh, yeah.
For the theme parks. We got people who work at supermarkets who presumably have access to the Tannoy system, right?
Get on it, yeah.
Oh, that's just a locked-in audience there. That's easy.
Yeah, they've got nowhere to go.
Bam.
Lock the doors.
Stream this episode of Podiots through the Tannoy. Barricade the doors. Don't let anyone in.
That's it. That's the audience we want.
Yeah.
One that can't escape. Well, beyond just thanking with words, I feel like we should also do some actual shouting of outs. Because did you know that you can support Podiots financially? I know, beyond listening and sharing it with friends, which obviously is extremely helpful and we really, really appreciate that, you can go to streamlabs.com/Podiots donations to donate £3 or more and sign up/enlist for Pod Squad and get your name read out at the beginning and the end of the show /fight in a foreign war. And we have a whole laundry list here of amazing people who have chosen to donate and support us this week. Mikey will kick us off with the first portion of this episode's Pod Squad.
Mikey's dad, DC Aribat, from Kevin. Freddie Weber. Will you shut up, man? Big Titty Jesus, 42. And the very generous Arthur from Natural 9, who says, back again to tell you that I love your... and you. Sorry, that I. Sorry. Oh, I. Wait, hold on. Sorry. Let me try
You're
again.
Right, Mikey. You got this.
Yeah. Back again to tell you that I love you and you help keep me sane in an insane age. Also hope that D&D starter set I sent on the last post from Tap went to a good home. That's actually it's in my house. I've been using the dice for several things. It's in our little board games area. So thank you very much for sending that in. He's got a question for you, Ben. What's your favourite WCPW moment to witness?
I'll say it very quickly because it's very cheeky, Arthur. We don't answer questions here because otherwise it would go on forever if everybody did this. However, it would either be Adam Blompier or Adam Pacitti being thrown through a table.
Yeah, that would be mine too.
Good choice. The donations continue with coarse, rough gets everywhere. Hashtag justice for Bourbons. Sorry, Bourbons.
Bourbons. You can't even say the name right, Michael.
I'm too ashamed. I'm sorry. Oh, God. We've got the generous, a little bit of Monica. My awesome husband, press X to Sean, planned a run of... Oh, Jesus Christ, what's wrong? I need to wake up. Let me just give myself a quick slap. Okay. There we go.
Oh no,
several.
My awesome husband, press X to Sean, planned a wonderful road trip across the Pacific Northwest to celebrate my birthday last week, the 24th of September. You amazing Podiot Vidiots were fantastically hilarious travel companions. I appreciate you, boys. Thank you very much. That's nice.
You too, Monica.
Like a spooky skelly. Dildo on a nitro concept chair. Great. Thanks. Thanks. Stevens. Got him. Stephen Scodes, Tommy the Wank Engine, who says, a very generous Tommy the Wank Engine, sorry. By the time the new podcast comes out, I will have finished a 2,289-mile journey from Texas to Oregon. Whoa. Jesus, that's meant. Whoa, that's actually insane. I hope I don't die on the way and survive to hear episode 62. Good news is, the next 4 days will be filled with Podiots for 10 hours a day. You're going to go. You're going through hot desert, listening nothing to this. You're going to go insane. Have fun.
It sounds like a punishment or torture to me.
And Windy Miller, and lastly, Trunter's trunting daughter. Thank you all.
Oh God. Okay. We've also got Arseface, Garlic Pudding Phillips. It says Willem Bobilum de Film. Yeah. Nice. Dysfunctional Ballcock, Cameron Skelly, definitely not a virgin 69, cool. Gurnt, Emily Lemons, Lord Rotovich, Chav Ramirez, Auntie Chungus and Uncle Fat, Donna CO7, the very generous Megs on Toast, who says, hey guys, could you please wish my partner Blake a happy birthday for the 13th of October on the podcast? He's a long-time Podiots fan and will be very excited for a shout-out. Loving the podcast all the way from Australia. Thanks, Megan. Happy birthday to Blake.
Happy birthday, Blake.
Don't let him listen to this early.
No, that would be terrible. Kez of Gallifrey. The generous, a succulent Chinese mayo, or Mao, I suppose. It says MAO.
Very good.
Been watching / listening to you three boys since Vidiots started, and I've been hooked ever since. You guys have given me so many laughs, and my quality of life is infinitely better. Thank you so much for your loud, farty, small, big, medium lads, or ladies, or others.
Thank you.
And finally, T-Face NT Furious Tokyo Meat. Have I missed something there?
I don't know.
Too fast. Nope, you've got it perfect.
Yeah, that's it.
Nailed
That's
it.
it. Yeah.
Tokyo Meat.
The final platoon of this week's Pod Squad is Finn Tristram's TV burp and unbelievably ridiculously generous Dave Bacon Phillips,
Wow,
who didn't actually include a message as far as I can tell, although now I'm feeling like there may have been a message and I fucked up. Hopefully not, though. The CG, Meaty Piss Flaps, may have donated twice. Oh well. Wear masks properly, you twats. Yep. I didn't get any V-Bucks. Why? Oh. Here, 3 Vidiots bucks. Bring back @Dave. I spoke to @Dave actually this morning.
Really?
Knee deep in Fortnite V-Bucks. Yeah, he's days away from becoming Daddy Tuck.
Oh, no way.
Days away.
He's still out there though. He's alive. Biff Jerky, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bojo's Cheesy Chode. Oh god. Terrence's Chalky Tangerine, Queef Wellington, The Arse Crack Bandit, Mercenary Prostitute, Alan Claw, a very sorry boy who was generous and said, please don't actually drown a horse. Ben's cheese and digestives things makes me worry what lengths you boys will actually go to. And also another generous donation from a very sorry boy. I was raised believing the never-ending dead horse story. In a stupor, I forgot to validate that tale. Please take my apology and this money and drown a horse or just hit it with Peter's car. Thanks for fixing the lies with Peter's car. Thanks for fixing the lies of my parents. Keep up the good work. Those were read in the wrong order. They actually came in. Obviously, that one came in first. Order, but there we go. We will consider getting Peter a car and then hitting a horse with it.
I'm getting a car in a few weeks, actually.
Well, problem solved. We're already halfway there. Fantastic. That is this week's Pod Squad. We'll shout you out again at the end of the show. Thank you so much, everybody. Remember, streamlabs.com/Podiots donations, £3 or more to get a shout out. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Would you boys like a question to kickstart things off?
Yes, please.
This one comes from Trowling Badger @Trowling Badger on Twitter. It's Sunday morning and you're a bit worse for wear. Maybe you were streaming Resi 6 for 10 hours last night, or at some sort of gaming/PR event in Paris. Oh. The only eatery in the vicinity is the local Greasy Spoon. What's your fry-up combo or breakfast roll filling of choice?
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, man, because I don't know about you boys, but I am there now. I'm in that mode, ready for this.
I just want like some fucking beans. Fill me up with beans.
Fucking beans. Are they spicy beans? Or are they baked beans? What's happening?
Just regular baked beans. That's nothing better. It quells the stomach, fuels you for the day. Good bit of toast. 2 slices of toast.
You can have 4.
No, I feel like I'd be sick. That's too much toast. That's ridiculous.
Let's not get crazy about this fictional meal.
But I have 2 slices of toast cut in half, so then I have kind of 4 bits of toast.
Yeah.
That's more responsible. That's responsible toasting. Some lovely garlicky, oily fried mushrooms, potato croquettes, and a little bit of kale for nutrition. I think. I think that would. Yeah. Ooh.
How much kale? When you say a little
like
bit.
a solid leaf, just the
one kale,
just to make me feel slightly better about myself.
A kale.
Yeah. And then just down that with a lovely milky coffee.
This reminds me the idea of a hungover fry up, which I don't generally. If I'm hungover, I stay in bed and just feel unwell and feel sorry for myself. But this reminds me of like one time where. Do you remember Azim's flute recital?
Never went, sadly.
Was this an event we were at, or is this a video?
You could have been. Azim's flute recital was a meme that happened some years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, where there was an event for Azim's flute recital on Facebook, and it was, unfortunately or fortunately for Azim, it was an open event, and it just started going kind of a bit viral, as they say, to the point that millions upon millions of people said that they were going to attend his flute recital, to the point that it was on all these like big websites. They were doing stories about it. So the flute recital was then live streamed around the world, and people were getting together and having parties watching the flute recital. So me and my friends at uni, we all dressed up in our like best suits and dresses. I was in a dress, of course.
Yeah, naturally.
And we went round to someone's house and we all watched the flute recital together. And then we spent the rest of the evening drinking, and we got very, very drunk. And in the morning, we went out for a very hungover breakfast. But I'm surprised you guys aren't aware of that meme.
Never heard of Azim's fruit. That's one.
I'm just a big fan of the mental image of you sat around all fancily drinking to oblivion watching a man's flute recital.
We were.
Was Azim a man or a child?
I think a sort of a young man or an old child. I think a sort of a late teenager.
Old child is
Old
not
child.
the phrase.
No, it's not, is it?
I'm just looking at an upload on YouTube. It's Azim's senior flute recital full stream. The description is smashed it.
Oh, is he even any good, or is he just a bit shit?
He was all right. He was fine. He was good. There's probably a lot of pressure on him because he must have known, what was going on. I'm just looking at the Know Your Meme page. I don't think it was quite as widespread as I thought. There must have just been local pockets around the UK of people knowing about this because it was only, I think, 100,000 attendees. But I don't know. I guess it's hard to know how many people watched it live. But in any case, that was that. Anyway, my breakfast would be probably I'd double up on the usual amount of serving you get for bacon and sausage because there's never enough of that.
No.
I'd then have, or with that, I'd have toast. And I don't really have a preference for eggs. Like I would have an egg. I'd have one egg with it, but I don't know whether I'd either have it fried or scrambled, I guess. But yeah, and actually I like the sound of the kale, to be honest. I really like crispy kale.
Oh, yeah.
So it's got a bit of crunch to it. I've never had kale with the full English before, but I would have that because I don't have tomato or mushroom with mine. I have no vegetables with it at all, so I should have some kale, I think.
Oh. You don't need that's not a point of a greasy spoon breakfast, is it? You don't need vegetables. I think it's just mushrooms are barely a vegetable anyway. They're mold, so they can go to hell.
And all washed down with a cup of tea and some orange juice.
Ooh, look at you, 2 drinks at breakfast.
Nice.
At you, Ben, what's your favourite? What would be your ideal walk on a beach meal?
Walk on a beach?
I'd hungover walk on a beach. You can.
The fact I'm at the beach is irrelevant. It's just I'm hungover.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
Okay, I would have all of the hash browns ever made.
Oh, I forgot about hash browns. I said
all
potato
of the
croquettes.
hash browns.
What a monster.
I'd have a big pile of delicious, fluffy scrambled egg. Some all of the sausages that I could find. Mushrooms, maybe a little bit of beans, some toast with butter, real butter on it, none of that margarine crap. Get it out of here. Now's not the time. Bacon if it's cooked properly, because Weatherspoon's bacon is fucking awful.
Wait, what is the right way to do bacon? Do you like it crispy or?
Well, I don't necessarily want it that crispy. I just want it to like have some sort of texture to it. I'm specifically filing a grievance with the bacon at Weatherspoon's. Because it's just floppy and anemic, and it's always got, every piece of bacon has the same identical sort of grill lines on it, like they just stamp it down onto it. It's awful. It's so horrible. So literally any bacon other than that, and that would be it. And then I just eat it all really fast and feel unwell. Maybe have some pineapple juice, something like that. It's making me really hungry.
Yeah, me too. Thinking about it, if I was feeling sick in the morning, I think instead of like English breakfast tea, I'd have peppermint tea. That's good for your tum-tum.
Oh, good. I'm just being reminded of awful hotel breakfast buffets in the past with weird eggs that don't resemble eggs at all. Like this big trough of scrambled eggs.
Yeah, and that's made out of powder.
Yeah,
there's always a trough of something weird as well, unexpected. So you're going through like opening and there's there's the eggs, there's the bacon, there's the sausage, there's the liver. What? No thanks.
No thank you.
Not interested in black pudding, personally.
No.
Oh, I used to be a big fan of black pudding.
I'd never order it, but if it came on my plate, I'd absolutely eat it. Like I think it's nice enough. But I wouldn't
never had it.
Demand it for my breakfast.
Give it a try. Give delicious pig's blood a try.
It's just one of those things that I just look at and think, you know what, I'm an adult and I don't want to try it. I've decided I'm okay without that.
All right, would you like to move on to a thing, boys?
I'd like to move on to breakfast, to be honest, but let's get this podcast done.
Let's rush through this.
I'll do a thing, if we're doing a thing.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, this is an article from the Washington Post. It comes from the hopeful year of February 2016. February's not a year, but that's in it somewhere.
Can I just say, I love how hoarse both of you sound, because I know you both had nights last night, and I didn't. And
Oh dear, I'm sounding a bit stuffums.
I'm just in an echo chamber because I've had to move all the soft stuff out of this room because we're painting it, so now it's worse again. But yeah,
a real soundscape. Yes, is what listeners have this week. Okay, here we go. Noella, I believe, Rukundo, sat in a car outside her home in Melbourne, Australia, watching as the last few mourners filed out. They were having a funeral. Her funeral!
Oh, God.
Oh.
Finally, she spotted the man she had been waiting for. She stepped out of the car, and her husband put his hands on his head in horror. "Is it my eyes?" she recalled him saying. "Is it a ghost? Surprise, I'm still alive," she replied. Far from being elated, the man looked terrified. 5 days earlier, he had ordered a team of hitmen to kill Rukundo, his partner of 10 years. And they did. Well, they told him they did. They even got him to pay an extra few $1,000s for carrying out the crime. Now, here was his wife, standing before him. In an interview with the BBC on Thursday, Rukundo recalled how he touched her shoulder to find it unnervingly solid. He jumped, then he started screaming. "I'm sorry for everything," he wailed, but it was far too late for apologies. Rukundo called the police. The husband, Belenga Kalala, ultimately pled guilty. Oh, is it pleaded? Is that the past tense of plead?
I think you can say pled.
Pleaded.
Yeah.
Pleaded. Plowed guilty, exploded guilty, and was sentenced to 9 years in prison for incitement to murder, according to the Australian Broadcasting Corporation. The happy ending, or as happy as can be expected, to a saga in which a man tries to have his wife killed, was made possible by 3 unusually principled hitmen, a helpful pastor, and one incredibly gutsy woman, Rukundo. Here is how she pulled it off.
Oh, nice.
Now I'm imagining this is like an Ocean's 11 kind of situation. So the headline of this article from the Washington Post is "Wife Crashes Her Own Funeral, Horrifying Her Husband, Who Had Paid to Have Her Killed."
God,
Good.
that's incredible.
So there we go. You want to know how it was done?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Rukundo's ordeal began almost exactly a year ago when she flew from her home in Melbourne with her husband Kalala to attend a funeral in her native Burundi. I believe that's how that's pronounced. Her stepmother had died, and the service left her saddened and stressed. She retreated to her hotel room in Bujumbura, I think, the capital, early in the evening. Despondent after the events of the day, she lay down in bed. Then her husband called. "He told me to go outside for fresh air," she told the BBC. But the minute Rukundo stepped out of her hotel, a man charged forward, pointing a gun right at her. "Don't scream," she recalled him saying. "If you start screaming, I will shoot you. They're going to catch me, but you will already be dead." It sounds like it was written by a teenager, the sort of dialogue for this film, except it's real. Rukundo, terrified, did as she was told. She was ushered into a car and blindfolded so she couldn't see where she was being taken. After 30 or 40 minutes, the car came to a stop and Rukundo was pushed into a building and tied to a chair. She could hear male voices, she told the ABC. One asked her, "You woman, what did you do for this man to pay us to kill you?" "What are you talking about?" Rukundo demanded. "Belenga sent us to kill you. They were lying. She told them so, and they laughed. You're a fool," they told her. There was the sound of a dial tone and a male voice coming through a speakerphone. It was her husband's voice. "Kill her," he said. In fact, Peter, can you say that line for me?
Yeah. "Kill her,"
he said, and Rukundo fainted. Rukundo had met her husband 11 years earlier, right after she arrived in Australia from Burundi, and it goes on about sort of their past there. He was a recent refugee from the Congo. They had the same social worker. They fell in love, moved in together in the Melbourne suburb of Kings Park, and had 3 children. She learned more about her husband's past. He had fled a rebel army that had ransacked his village, killing his wife and young son. She also learned more about his character. "I knew he was a violent man," Rukundo told the BBC, "but I didn't believe he can kill me. But it appeared he could."
Well, evidently he can't get in someone else's dirty work.
Coward.
Lazy. Coward.
Rukundo came to in the strange building somewhere near Bujumbura. The kidnappers were still there. They weren't going to kill her. the men then explained. They didn't believe in killing women, and they knew her brother, but they would keep her husband's money and tell him that she was dead. After 2 days, they set her free on the side of a road, but not before giving her a cell phone, recordings of their phone conversations with Kalala, and receipts for the 7,000 in Australian dollars they allegedly received in payment, according to Australia's The Age newspaper. We just want you to go back to tell other stupid women like you what happened.
What?
Rukundo said she was told before the gang members drove away.
Really lovable rogues, aren't they, these guys?
Just as they start to redeem themselves. Shaken but alive and doggedly determined, Rukundo began plotting her next move. She sought help from the Kenyan and Belgian embassies to return to Australia. Then she called the pastor of her church in Melbourne. She told the BBC and then explained to him what had happened. Without alerting Kalala, the pastor helped get her back to her neighbourhood near Melbourne. Meanwhile, her husband had told everyone she had died in a tragic accident and the entire community mourned her at her funeral at the family home. On the 9th of February 22nd, 2015, just as the widower Kalala waved goodbye to neighbours who had come to comfort him, Rukundo approached him, the very man whose voice she had heard over the phone 5 days earlier, ordering that she be killed. I felt like somebody who had risen again, she told the BBC. Though Kalala initially denied all involvement, Rukundo got him to confess to the crime during a phone conversation that was secretly recorded by police. Sometimes devil can come into someone to do something, but after they do it, they start thinking, why I did that thing? Later, that's weirdly worded, he said, as he begged her to forgive him. Kalala eventually pled guilty to the scheme. He was sentenced to 9 years in prison by a judge in Melbourne.
Wow.
So there we go. It goes on a bit further after that, but that's basically it.
That's amazing. That'd be the best thing ever to turn up to your own funeral, tell your husband, fuck you.
Surprise, bitch. It's me.
It's me.
Quite a brave thing to do as well, though, because like, did it say that she only emerged after the other mourners had left, or was it as they were leaving? Because if she came out when everyone else had gone and was like, "Ha, hope you enjoyed that funeral, but I'm actually alive," he could have very quickly thought, "I need to get rid of this witness to my own attempt at killing her immediately." You know, he might have snapped and tried to kill her immediately. So. Yeah. Scary.
It says here, just as the widower waved goodbye to neighbours. Yeah, that's right. If there were no witnesses, it could have been dodgy. I'd like to think that the pastor knew she was there and maybe police as well. Yeah, but even so, like, man, how dramatic.
That's a good business model, to be fair. Pretend to be an assassin, take the money, oh yeah, they're dead, and then bam, get the person thrown in jail afterwards. And everyone's a winner there.
Let's be honest, 7,000 Australian dollars isn't much to kill a person, is it?
No, it's not, is it? Yeah. It's like $3.5 grand in Great British pounds.
Shit. Okay. Well, I think I'm overvaluing myself. I think if people are doing it for that money,
you need to push your rates up, man.
Yeah, shit.
That story is crazy. It's like fact or fiction. You know, it's one of those stories. So did a woman really turn up at her own funeral after escaping assassins? Not this time. We gotcha.
Yeah. It's false.
The dialogue is beautiful in it.
It is. Yeah. There's so much. It's a really good article, and I feel bad because I had to click a button when I accessed the Washington Post saying, "Will you support journalism by donating?" No. And then they've obviously pulled this amazing article together from loads of different sources and accounts, like a real journalist does. And it paints quite the picture. But then I read it for free on a podcast. So, but it is from 4 years ago. So, it's still pretty bad. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You are forgiven. Oh, lovely. Thank you very much for sharing, Ben. Badass. Badass. I was just trying to think of another word, and all I could think of was badass, which I thought
let me give you the lady's name. Hang on. Noella.
Noella Edmonds.
That's no.
Oh. Thank you very much, Ben. Would you like another question?
Yes, please.
We got one from Ewan at Gargant Ewan on the Twitters, and he wants to know, who's in our dream lineup for Big Brother? Vidiots Universe members and niche D-list celebrities very welcome.
So what is it? How many people are in that?
Oh, loads.
How many people in Big Brother? I mean, we can probably just set an arbitrary number ourselves, can't we?
I think it varies every year.
I've never really watched Big Brother. I've caught like an occasional bit of an episode, a decade ago, but
Well, it's not on anymore, I don't think. I think
Is it not?
cancelled it a while ago, yeah.
Oh dear. So let's go for 10 people roughly we have in the house. I just Big Brother is definite trash TV, but we are the gods of this series, and we can put whoever we want in the same room.
Yeah,
Okay.
like the very first series of Big Brother sounded like an interesting kind of social experiment, and then it just turned into this: let's make people hate each other on camera for 12 weeks or whatever. So
They're having sex in the bed and we're watching on night vision camera. It's not weird.
Let's watch them, and they know we're watching, but they're doing it anyway because we've found trash people.
we should try and cause some problems. So, for example, I think we should put both Dave Benson Phillips and Psycho Seagull together.
You
in the
literally
house.
took the words out of my mouth. I was just waiting to say that. I think that would be a great combination.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. Okay. I want to see the seagull in the diary room.
The diarrhea room.
Oh, nice. Very good.
And maybe also we could put Steven Seagal in there just to kind of cause a bit of identity tension between the two seagulls. There can only be one seagull kind of thing.
Oh, true. And Steven Seagal, he's going to raise hell. He's going to make this place a mess. Can we get Dick and Dom in so it kind of becomes just like an extended version of Dick and Dom the Bungalow?
Only if it's only a single story Big Brother house, I think. Otherwise, they wouldn't really know what to do with themselves.
Oh God, they'd be confused by stairs.
What
What's
if
that?
instead of Dick and Dom, what if we got regular Dick and Diddy Dom?
Oh my God.
So he can carry him around, stick him in the cupboard when he's annoyed with them. Yeah, that'd be good.
Meanwhile, Dom and Diddy Dick are sitting at home in the outside world watching the show together, being supportive of their counterparts.
Their spouses.
Spouses, yeah, of course.
I mean, we need a big name to attract people in, so it's got to be Hannah Montana herself.
Yeah, Hannah Montana.
Yeah, you're right.
That's the one that gets everyone watching, and I want this to be a very British Big Brother where we throw in Hannah Montana.
A completely out of their depth American celebrity who has no idea who anyone is or what's going on, but they really needed the work.
If we're having Hannah Montana, can we also have Miley Cyrus in there as well?
Oh yeah, that's it. That's the pairing that needs to go in together. So that's 6. We're up to 6, right?
7,
shit.
including Steven Seagal. We're on 7.
Oh shit! Okay, we're getting there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some really obvious answers we haven't put in there yet. But maybe we should shake it up and not go with Billy or Dick or
Yeah, I'm trying to think more left field now. I want to put in a celebrity animal, I think.
the man inside the Coco the gorilla.
Yeah,
costume.
there we go. So is it the man
Are
who's
they dressed
inside?
as Coco or not? Is it just
I think-
the man?
Well, the man's died, so maybe it's just a crumpled Coco the gorilla outfit.
So
Just sits in the corner for 12 weeks.
But it has the legal rights of a human, and so they all have to address it by name, and someone
they have to
has
sign at it, I think.
Yes, yeah. Someone has to put it to bed and try and feed it.
Oh, dear. Just dragging this floppy, fluffy, essentially duvet behind them around. That's cute. And
So
every
that's
week
8.
they remain voted in. We're the nation's favourite.
Yeah. What about maybe we should get an inspiring person in there though as well, someone who you genuinely want to know more about. So perhaps the woman who had to make herself vomit 40 times because she was stuck under her
flat
bed.
arm lady.
The flat arm lady who
Oh, I forgot about that.
got thirsty, so she made herself sick because that's how it works.
And let's go.
Last one.
I for some reason I keep thinking Mr. Motivator.
Mr. Motivator would be a hell of a shout. What on earth
would.
would he bring to the chaotic energy of Mr. Motivator?
An excellent wardrobe.
Yeah,
Very excellent.
I used to have a signed photo of Mr. Motivator.
Did you?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
As a kid, I think I may have gone to one summer activities thing where he was there briefly.
Really? Wow.
Oh, that's
I think so,
amazing.
maybe, yeah.
When
Yeah.
I was when I turned 10, I think I had a cowboy themed party at my house, and all the kids from school came around. We had this great party. It was cool, and one of their mums came round, and she had a camcorder, and she was filming the day. And then she eventually sent that video around to us to watch afterwards. Oh, here's a video of your own party. You might want to watch it. And we did. And then when it gets to the end, it just goes back to what it's been taping over, and it was just a Mr. Motivator workout video. And that's what I always think of when I think of that.
Is that the full house then, Mr. Motivator? Does he?
I think, yeah, he finishes it off.
The D-list celebrity.
Yeah, I'd love to know more about Mr. Motivator, the up-and-comer from the 90s.
I guess everyone who remembers him now is slowly dying off, so we need to. This will present him to a new generation.
What's he up to these days, Mr. Motivator? There he is, Derek Evans.
It wouldn't surprise me if he was doing workout videos for people in lockdown.
Derek Errol Evans, better known as Mr. Motivator, is a Jamaican-born British fitness instructor. He rose to fame in 1993 through appearances on the UK breakfast television show GMTV, where he performed live fitness sessions and offered tips and advice to viewers. Mr. Motivator would often perform these workout sessions live before Power Rangers would air, says here. Mr. Motivator mostly wore tight-fitting and very colourful spandex outfits for his fitness sessions, as we all know. What's he up to now?
Wow.
Return to television. In 2020, he joined BBC Television's Health Check UK Live to keep Britain fit in lockdown. You were right.
There you go. I honestly have not seen that story. I just knew that that's what he would be doing right now.
It's like two sides of the coin here. On one side, you got Mr. Motivator, who's come back to national TV, prominence. Everyone loves him, and you've got Dave does things for stuff.
Yeah, Dave eating a free hot dog he got for doing a children's show.
It's the two.
I want to see them together. Like I really more than anything. I want to see Mr. Motivator and Dave Benson
That's
Phillips
a power
in the
couple
same
right
room.
there. Yeah,
I really, really need that. Apparently, since May 2020, it says in May 2020 he is set to join Ideal World Live every day at 12 p.m. for a workout routine. Which means, unfortunately, unless he's still ongoing at the time of recording, we've missed Mr. Motivator's workout routine for today.
Oh, you can hire him for personal appearances. What's his email? I wonder how much he costs.
Mr. Motivator.
Yeah, can we hire Mr. Motivator? He's got a website, surely, Mr. Motivator.
Yeah, it's a lovely website. I've got to say.
MrMotivator.com. Is it better than Brian Butterfield's website? Oh, it is. Look at him. He still looks great. I know he's a fitness instructor, but he looks to be in phenomenal shape still.
How old is he now? He must be getting on a bit.
He was born in the 50s, so yeah.
God.
He old. Let's have a look.
He old.
67.
Wow.
He looks great. Need motivation? Mr. Motivator is here to help.
All the motivation I need is knowing that if I do what he did, I will look like that when I'm 70.
Oh,
yeah,
he's
on
Twitter.
The motivation you need.
He's on Twitter. Don't let others blow out your candles so that they may shine brightly. Is his caption there.
I feel motivated now.
Thanks, don't you?
Mister.
His last tweet was on October the 2nd, which is 2 days ago. Just posted a video, and there's a link to his Instagram. But yeah, he's out there. He's alive and kicking.
Hey, good for him.
I'm proud of him. Good for him. You go, Mr. Motivator.
He's awesome. I really like Mr. Motivator, knowing nothing about what he's been doing for the past 20 years. I think he's amazing. Big fan of him.
I like that. There was a brief stint. I don't know if it's still popular, but health personalities on TV. You had your Gillian McKeiths, who is kind of
she did gross things. Whatever she looks like, she certainly behaved in a gross way.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, and she would fondle people's poo and go, "Oh, you need more fibre in your diet."
Oh, her. Okay.
Yeah.
The best thing was she would go through someone's poo, and then the next day when she was telling them about him, she'd be like, "Right, number one, your poo stinks." It's like, well, yeah, it probably would do. I think even if I eat beans and salad for the rest of my life, it's probably going to be even worse. To be honest, I should stick to the Big Macs.
What's going to work? Having Scottish ladies scream about your stinky poo, or man in bright spandex dancing and being happy? Give me spandex.
I want spandex, man. We should clarify, of course, that there are different levels of healthy for different people who have different body types.
Of course.
So, yeah. Anyway, Mr. Motivator all the way. Look at him. 67. Ridiculous.
We're just going to spend this entire season of Big Brother just staring at Mr.
crushing
Motivator,
on Mr. Motivator. I think I just want to rig the system, and I want Mr. Motivator to win the whole thing, to be honest.
Yeah.
We don't. No one has to aspire to have the body of Mr. Motivator, but you should aspire to have poo that does not stink. Apparently, that's the target goal. It needs to smell of roses and things.
How many, maybe that's the next Vidiots video. Making my poo smell differently.
Oh.
Look forward to that.
I think we should do a fitness DVD, to be honest.
Yeah.
Everyone's done one. I don't know why we can't do one.
Can we have a cowboy party first
Yes.
and then do that after?
Yes, we can.
Great.
Lovely. Thank you very much, boys. Peter, would you like to do a thing, or do you want me to do mine?
I'd love to do a thing. The first thing we're going to do is move in my chair, and it's going to go creak.
Okay.
There we go. Just thought I'd address that.
There's a little creak.
There we go. Right. So this is something that me and Amy discovered yesterday on the internet, but it apparently it's like a year old. I've only realized that just before the podcast started, so this isn't recent. But in any case, it's still interesting. You might have even seen this, but let me scroll back to the top, read the headline. 30 country flags reimagined as anime characters for 2020 Tokyo Olympics.
Oh my God.
That sounds amazing.
So this was published 1 year ago on demilked.com, but it was published various places as well. By now, you've probably already heard that Tokyo will be hosting the 2020 Summer Olympics. Such an optimistic opening sentence there, published a year ago, not knowing the hell that was to come, really, wasn't it? Here we go. To celebrate this upcoming event, a handful of Japanese artists decided to team up and reimagine some of the participating countries as badass warriors.
Ooh.
The artists took inspiration from each other's country's flags and history while giving them all a unique twist.
Oh no,
From Japan itself,
what's ours? Is it bad?
Yeah. From Japan itself to South Africa, check out the countries reimagined as anime warriors in the gallery below. So I have a few highlights that I'm going to send to you. Of course, if anyone wants to look at these themselves, who's listening right now, you can either just Google this story and you'll be able to find it, or
we'll do our very best to describe them.
Yeah, and some of them may end up in the thread, possibly on the Twitter, but
almost definitely.
I don't know. So we'll start with Mexico, which is majestic as heck. Here we go.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
It looks like a Pokemon trainer.
Yeah, he's got like an eagle. You can kind of imagine where some of these are going to go, just in terms of really going for it. South Africa, very multicolored flag, and pretty exciting outfit there.
That's badass. Okay, yeah. So if you're not Googling this at home, these are like, if you think like the most badass anime characters ever, it's not like a kid who's got the How to Draw manga book. This is legit. This is actually really cool.
Yeah, they are pretty awesome. Sweden is almost has a kind of that is a sword they're holding, but it almost looks like a crucifix at the same time. They're like some sort of religious missionary, I think.
That's cool. The long hair as well.
Malaysia is incredible. I think this is Malaysia.
Ooh,
look at that.
Whoa,
yeah, that's rad.
Spiky boy.
Got a big star thing on their head.
Mm-hmm.
Loses points for the shoes, though. I don't like those shoes. The ones
the toe shoes.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
where your big toe is on its own.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a reason for it, but I don't like it.
Germany.
Very cool.
Nice.
They avoided certain parts of the Germans' history.
Well, the unified German history isn't that long,
No, not to be celebrated.
Yeah.
Some of it. And of course, well, in fact, let's first do the US of A.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Which is, kind of, it's fine. Looks good.
There's nothing that special about that.
No, it's not super exciting.
Weak jawline though. Pretty small face.
Yeah.
The American one looks like two children stood on top of each other inside of a costume.
I feel like that's a slight against
very
America.
Very effeminate features, or very delicate features. There's
Canada's awesome.
Canada, pretty fantastic.
I like the furry
fluffy
bottom dress. Yeah, the fluffy ruffs. Yeah.
Boots with the fur. And I will now reveal, arguably, I think, one of the best, which is Great Britain. I think we look pretty fantastic. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's very cool.
So that's one I will stick that on the Twitter thread.
That's awesome. I'm a big fan of that. It looks almost Napoleonic.
It does, doesn't it? I guess it does look a little bit colonial, doesn't it? It looks like
it's a little bit, will you speak our language and can we have your tea?
Yes,
He's going to sail around the world and stick that flag in someone's land somewhere and say, this is Britain now.
This is ours now. This belongs to the king.
Yeah.
Imperialism, but made anime. Now it's cool.
Yeah. It's done in nice art, so I feel comfortable with it.
Yeah, come and work for us for free, but look good doing it.
Yeah.
You know? That's kind of what it is.
I'd like to dress up like that. That'd be awesome.
Oh, you got 30 gold medals on them or something?
Yeah.
Like little gold thing. That's amazing.
That's a different country.
Yeah.
Each one a different country.
It's like skulls on someone's belt or something in a fantasy setting.
What that character there has done is subscribe to one of those magazines that starts off at $1.99 and then the next issues it's like £10 and each one you get a little collectible medallion.
Yeah, you get a small nation of
a small island nation.
Primitive savages,
I believe is
how they're advertised.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely. Just like the Jackie Chan magazine. Did you guys used to get the talismans in the Jackie Chan magazine?
I'm aware of it. I didn't get the magazine, but I
was a lucky boy because I think the Jackie Chan magazine had ended, but I was still kind of interested in it. I had like a passing interest in it when it was out. But after it was out, my dad somehow wrangled. He contacted the publisher and got like a box of every single issue of Jackie Chan, all the talismans, box and everything. It was like, holy fucking shit! That's the best
incredible.
thing ever.
It's a great magazine.
Show. It was so good. The talismans.
Jackie.
Uncle.
I like that show. Anyway, that's all his Jackie Chan talismans there on his necklace.
There you go.
Yeah. So
does look a bit like me actually, blonde, handsome.
It does very, absolutely.
Propensity for wielding sharp things.
Yeah. Cape billowing behind him, probably in a gust of wind.
I'm always wearing Union Jacks.
Yeah, you got that Union flag flying proudly from. Is it hanging from the spear or like what's the?
That looks like it's attached to the spear.
That doesn't feel like it's going to be particularly ergonomic.
No, it's not going to be aerodynamic. You can't throw that spear; it will go.
Oh, but think how beautiful it will be while it does fly. Just Rule Britannia plays softly on the wind.
Yeah. So as well as sharing that with you boys and the wider world who haven't yet heard about it, I did wonder what the Vidiots anime character would look like.
Oh no.
Obviously bright yellow, of course. So, I just wanted to brainstorm it with you and then
I'm going to attempt to draw it while we go.
Well, what I was going to say was, I was going to say for next time, but we could do it now. To draw it as we as we go, and either bring it to the next episode, or if we could do it now, we could just do it now.
I'll having a drawing competition. Okay,
but let's keep talking as well.
We need to plan this out. Okay, well the sausage needs to make an appearance somewhere. I'm mandating that.
Okay. Right, let's get this thing started then. I need a new layer on here. There we go. Get rid of that.
Oh, using Photoshop, fancy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you know.
No, I'm not. I've just opened Paint.
Oh no, why is it all in grayscale, guys? What's going on with my Photoshop?
That can happen if you open a certain image or something.
God damn it. How do I change that?
Go into image.
Yeah.
And at the top, color.
Yeah, hang on. There's no color option. Adjustments.
Okay, well, maybe not image. I can't troubleshoot without having it open in front of me.
Help me, Michael. What am I doing?
Shit. Okay, let me open Photoshop. There's definitely a way to do this. Okay, welcome to Photoshop tutorials live on Podiots.
We're doing color settings.
Oh, is it there?
Custom. Wait. Probably, I've got...
Oh, no. Image mode.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Image mode.
And then change that to RGB.
Oh, there it is. It was on grayscale. We got there. We got there. Thank you, Mikey.
I mean, maybe we just cut to when we're done or something, rather than on an audio-based medium. Just sit here drawing together. I was going to say let's do it for next time, but here we are.
No,
look at us go.
It's happening. It's actually happening.
Yeah.
Okay, so the outfit's going to be yellow, yeah?
Yeah, big yellow outfit.
Okay, right.
Is there any kind of style? Are we going to have any medallions, or is it... I'm kind of picturing, actually, headwear, which is kind of like a walrus head. So that's worn like Like people wear animal skins on their head.
Oh,
I think
wow,
just like
yeah.
Billy's head, that kind of covers the face a bit like a bit of a hoodie.
Like
drapes down.
Hercules wearing the lion skin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
And
point.
like, you know, this pink fur falls down like a cape. And that's kind of like the dramatic, the grand opener.
Gotcha.
Little bit of Billy.
Yeah.
In my life. Yeah.
A little bit of Billy in my life.
Beautiful. Oh, this is looking horrible.
Yeah, it's
That's
good.
great. That's what we wanted. Just horrible. Yeah, that's what you were expecting, Peter.
Yeah, something really, really horrible is what I want.
And what colour are tusks? They're white, aren't they?
Why?
Yeah, good white. If it's not been cleaned, them could be Vidiots yellow.
Oh, they could
True.
be. They could well be. What sort of weapon are we wielding?
The squeaky hammer. Is that a good?
Oh,
good
yeah,
weapon?
that's the perfect weapon.
Okay. Welcome to Draw Along with Podiots.
I'm sort of trying to do like big anime eyes, but I don't really know how to. I've just sort of made an alien instead.
That's good. I mean, yeah, anime alien kind of spelled similarly, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I finished mine, so
Have you?
yeah, mine's done. I'm just going to send it to you now. Are you ready?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hang on,
Please
let me
do
just,
send it my way.
Save it quickly. Save it real quick. Here we
Make sure it's
go.
there.
Open up the chat. So there we've got, we've got the anime Canada, anime Britain, and now anime Vidiots.
God's sake. Yours is just a walrus wearing the costume.
No, it's not.
Is it not?
No, that's the sausage.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
There's
it's-
two sets of... Well, the tusks looked like eyes to me. I was really thrown off
With
by
the
the
walrus
whole...
hat.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, it's transparent as well. This is amazing. Okay, that's great.
There he is.
It is. It's really quite incredible. Incredible.
How are you guys getting on?
I don't think I can compete with that. I'll send mine
can.
so far. Oh dear. The dead empty eyes.
Oh wow, that's a Dark Souls enemy.
It is. There we go. I might finish that off, and I'll share it another time. I feel I will get caught up myself and spend an hour just doodling away.
Okay, I'm almost done.
I do like that you made the sausage the person though. That's very good. Very good.
Okay, I've added it to the link dump so people can see Captain Vidiots. Oh yeah, okay, there we go. That's on there. That's on there.
Nice.
I'm excited to see Peter's
Yeah. Just colour in some tusks and then I'm done.
tusks.
Tusks, son. Colour in some tusks, would you, son? There's no legs on this, but it's fine. I mean, you can see it's unfinished, but here it is. Here it comes. Paste. Upload.
Oh wow, that's
wow.
super anime.
That's amazing. The hair, you've nailed
Yeah,
it.
the hair's
Yeah,
really good.
Just a big scribble. Yeah.
You've got big shiny eyes. Yeah, that's it. That's perfect.
Get
So I
those
think-
suckers on the link dump. Not the link dump.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
The thread.
Pop them on the thread.
I'll pop mine on later. I don't want to share mine and then finish.
Oh no, you got to share it. That's what we've been reacting to.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. Let me just do a quick. Actually, no, fuck it. Yeah, just share it as it is. That's
I think
fine.
it's
That's
pretty.
my-
I don't believe there's anything wrong with that. Everyone
No,
has
you can
smashed it.
see what it's due to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the
I'll wait for yours
empty
then,
eyes
so
that
they're in.
I love the most, though.
What's that? Sorry.
The empty eyes. I love those. The
Oh
most.
yeah, that's that's the Michael Johnson stare.
I'll wait until yours is there, and then I'll put mine after, so they're in order. Oh, there it is. Yeah,
There it is.
So they're in order of when we saw them each. Here we go.
dear.
So it's Ben, Mikey, me. If you're watching at home in the thread.
There we are.
But of course, I mean, not to reveal the secret question early, because then it's not a secret question. But clearly, the secret question should be: everyone should draw one of their own and submit it to us.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Well, there we
Amazing.
go. Don't know how that will edit together in an audio form, but that was us drawing anime characters on a podcast.
There you
Thank you,
go.
everyone.
Thank you very much, Peter.
You're welcome.
Would you boys like a question?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
This is from Niall Gray at Lord of the Grey on Twitter. He wants to know, The world has ended, and each of you find yourself completely alone on a deserted planet. What do you do to occupy yourselves? So in the space of absolutely nothing, what do you do to keep yourself sane? I personally just want to do some backflips. If I'm on a deserted planet, I think now's the time to practice my flips.
But what if you injured yourself?
Sorry?
What if you injured yourself alone on a planet?
I'm not going to injure myself.
Oh,
right,
okay,
that's
a silly question.
He's done lots of backflips before.
You can talking to Mr. Flipper here. Do this stuff every day.
Big flip boy.
I think that would be my goal. Would be to backflip my way all around the planet.
Oh my god!
And every time I fall, I have to run back to that starting spot, and I just keep doing it. I'm hoping the desert planet has a little bit low gravity. Otherwise, this might be trickier. I'm going to assume it's just an Earth-like planet, so maybe backflips are hard. I shouldn't have done backflips. Oh well, I've committed now.
Well, we can just decide that it's low gravity, but I don't know. Based on, I mean, we've got nothing, and we have to occupy ourselves on a dead planet. Do I have a 50p piece in my pocket? Is my question.
Good point.
When I say my pocket, I mean in my trousers.
I'm thinking maybe you learn to make a 50p piece from the materials on Earth. You start as almost like a caveman, then that's your mission, is to build the 50p piece.
The first 50p piece and receptacle. That's what I do to occupy myself. I start digging in the ground, trying to find, like, I don't know what ore is, like aluminium ore or whatever it is used for a silver coin. And then bake a little cup from clay. That's what I do.
Oh, that's quite cute, actually. Oh, you could open your own pottery shopping centre.
Yeah,
I could.
My God, the long game.
Everything's 50p.
I would, if I was to keep myself sane, I'd probably have to settle into some kind of routine. If assuming there are rules to this world, in that I have to eat and survive, and have to, survive and sleep and drink and so on and so forth, I'll probably spend most of my time just surviving, right? And then if I get some sign, if I reach the point where I'm able to farm, then presumably I will have some free time, in which case I can focus on other things, maybe my flips.
Yeah, see, I made the rookie mistake of putting flips
you just
first.
Went for flips, yeah, you should eat and then flip, but never mind.
I guess there's a tactical advantage there. If I don't weigh as much, then it's easier for me to do flips. So every week without eating, the flips get easier.
And there's no saying
really
what
winning
the
here?
Gravity situation is either. It could be lower gravity and you could do so many flips.
Oh my God, imagine the flips.
Maybe you could flip back to Earth.
Oh, yeah.
Just take a big deep breath, do a massive flip, and float your way back.
Flip back to reality. Nice. Oh, there goes gravity.
Mum spaghetti.
Mum spaghetti. Yes.
Perfect. Well, that's sorted.
There we go. That's it. We're all locked on our own independent planets. I'm flipping, Peter's pottering, and Ben's surviving.
Ben's doing the sensible thing.
Yeah,
I want to hear your thing, Pete. Help! What's the other one
Michael.
called? Peter, what's the other one called?
Jugson.
Tell me your thing.
I've got a thing. I've lost it. I've lost it.
It's all gone wrong. My brain just melted into a puddle.
What's the other one called? Right. Have you boys ever considered being competitive baby birthers?
Oh my God, no, I've not.
What?
I haven't.
Question.
Okay.
Question? What? Oh, another.
No. I've got. No, I have a question. Question.
Oh yeah.
Are you going to tell us what a competitive baby birther is, or do we have to live in suspense?
That's my whole thing. I just want to know, have you ever considered being competitive?
No, I don't know what it is, but I think I know what it is.
Well, luckily you don't have to live it yourself, because people in the past have done it for you.
Okay.
In the late 1920s, a baby race was brewing in Toronto, and it came to be known as the Great Stoke Derby. Charles Vance Miller was born on June 28th, 1854 in Aylmer, Ontario.
That's okay.
He became a... It's okay, yeah. Sure. He became a prominent lawyer and worked out of his downtown Toronto-based firm. He was a notorious jokester. And I love this next sentence because It's not really a joke. He was a notorious jokester and delighted in playing with people's love of money. Miller would drop dollar bills on the sidewalk and hide in the bushes to watch people's faces as they quickly stuffed the money into their pockets when they thought no one was looking. What a jokester.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
You got some free money there.
I waited a long time for the punchline to that joke. And it never came. Just, now they're a little wealthier.
Yeah, it's good for him. He's having fun in his bush. That's fine. In 1926, after a successful career as a lawyer, racing stable owner, and president of a brewery, he died suddenly at his desk while in a meeting with a few associates. He was 73 and a bachelor with no immediate family to inherit his massive estate. I was just like the mental image of being in a meeting and someone just dies. Like, it wasn't that boring, Jesus.
Do you think they had to take it down in the minutes? Or
Miller died.
The millionaire's last will and testament were dripping in irony. For one thing, he left his stock in a brewery and an entire racetrack to a group of prohibitionist, teetotal Protestant ministers, and he left $500 to a housekeeper who was already dead.
Brilliant jokes.
It's just the funniest. I mean, humor was different in the 30s and the 20s, right? Like, you watch old comedies, like, I don't get it. This man, people were crying with laughter.
They were.
Ooh. Hello, future editing Mikey here. Just a heads up that at this point in the podcast, I accidentally wake Claudia up from her sleep ahead of her night shift that night. So I get a little bit quieter from here on out, but you can still hear me. Sorry. He even bequeathed a holiday estate in Jamaica to 3 lawyers that hated each other on the condition that they all lived together. But the most notable clause of the eccentric will would go on to transform the lives of all Toronto families, causing a decade-long media frenzy and purposely give endless trouble to the very legal system that Miller had been part of.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. The bulk of Miller's estate, the millionaire wrote, would be given to the mother who had since my death given birth in Toronto to the greatest number of children.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And so the Great Toronto Stoke Derby begins. So
that is.
Was there a time limit on this?
So within 10 years of after his death. So Miller's will stipulated that specifically that 10 years after his death, his fortune, which turned out to equate to more than $10 million by today's standards, would be given to the Toronto mother who had given birth to the most children, according to the Canadian Birth Database. And if there was a tie, the money would be divided among the mothers. Now, this is a hell of a competition to enter, because if you don't win, you've got a lot of children.
You've got no money.
Like, even if, like, over 10 years, even if you get like 3 children in, it might not necessarily been children you want. And when you get the third one, like, oh, I can't keep this up. Great, now I'm stuck with 3 children.
Especially if you get, it gets to like year 9 and you've got maybe 7 or 8 children, and the person you're competing with most closely suddenly gives birth to triplets. Like, you're out of the running, and then you've got 9 kids to deal with.
That's a very good point, yeah. At first, the media called Miller's now public will a freak document. Nobody could believe it. But soon, newspapers around the country began to follow the story. The Toronto Daily Star even assigned a special reporter to the Great Stoke Derby. He was responsible for chasing pregnant women around the city for exclusivity agreements.
Oh my Christ.
Soon, all of Canada and the neighbouring United States was watching. Countless mothers with growing broods began to claim their place as contenders. When Miller died, he had no idea that his investments would pay off so well. He also had no idea that the Great Depression would hit in the 30s, making his estate a shining beacon of hope to overcrowded families fighting to survive.
Overcrowded families. They're getting more and more overcrowded, though.
Has this been turned into a film yet?
I think there's a TV thing about it, actually.
Okay. It sounds like it'd be
problematic.
A terrible comedy with Adam Sandler in it. I think Miller, in his old age, would be played by Bill Murray, who they wheel out to do like bit parts in loads of comedy films now. And yeah, awful. It'd be terrible.
Just, oh, great. We've got all these children, but hey, we might win some money. So The media went nuts in the days leading up to the 10-year deadline. New contenders were introduced until the very end, and the world watched in suspense. On October 31st, 1936, at 4:30 p.m., exactly 10 years after Miller's death, the contest was closed. Some women try to claim births that weren't officially registered, as well as babies fathered by men that weren't their husbands. Oh. That's a good stipulation. Wow, so hope you're married. There you go.
Oh, yeah. He's a Vidiot before his time.
In the end, Judge William Edward Middleton, a man sympathetic to large families, being himself the eldest of 9, made the final decision on a winner. He declared a tie between Annie Catherine Smith, Kathleen Ellen Nagel, Lucy Alice Timlick, and Isabel Mary McLean, each of who gave birth to 9 children during the qualifying decade. For their efforts, they got $125,000 each, which is about $2 million in today's standards.
Oh, wow, okay.
Jesus.
So they did all right. the lucky 4 did all right, but God knows how many people didn't make it. I think towards the end, there was like 10 families in the running for it.
That's
It would have
insane.
sucked.
That's just
My
insane.
God.
And they used that money to, pay for the children, all the children's education,
And that was it.
and homes.
Just pay
and
for the
clothes,
children, and that's it.
just pay for the
Yeah.
children. And that's it. Yeah, there you go. That's how they've won.
It's
I
all
was
right
going-
if you win because, $2 million and 8 or 9 children is, that's okay. You could probably be quite comfortable for the rest of your life on that. But if you come a close second, that is just catastrophic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Good
God.
God.
Awful.
Yeah, imagine having 8 children. Like,
In the Great Depression.
what a jokester this guy was.
Yeah, good joke.
Such a funny guy.
I was kind of curious after this to find out who had like the most babies in their entire lifetime in history. Do you want to guess how many babies it was?
Yeah.
25.
Oh, I think more. I bet it was like 30.
69.
No.
Nice.
That's the weed number.
There's a peasant in Russia in the 1700s whose wife gave birth to 16 pairs of twins, 7 sets of triplets, and 4 sets of quadruplets.
Jeez.
If he was in the competition, he'd be flying.
Isn't that like statistically impossible that has happened?
And there you go. That's the baby race.
It reminds me of...
Would you have children for money?
No.
No.
Absolutely not. The first thing that happened to me this morning is I opened my eyes, I grabbed my phone, and I opened up Reddit just to see what's trending on Twitter and see what's on Reddit, just to see what the day is going to bring me. And the first thing I saw on Reddit was like not what I wanted to see first thing in the morning. It's a screenshot from 4chan, and hopefully this isn't even true, but Anonymous said, I once pretended to have a psychotic episode and smashed a MacBook with a bat to keep my brother and his fiancée from stumbling across pictures I'd photoshopped of her giving birth to me. Which is just the most horrendous thing I've ever heard in my life. And that's how my Sunday began.
Good. Wow, what a mental image. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Good grief. Also, the guy hiding in bushes watching people pick up money reminds me of, I don't know if I've ever told this story, when I went to San Francisco when I was 13, and San Francisco is a great place, but it's got a bit of a problem with like homelessness and drug abuse and mental illness, unfortunately, and like I think to this day they've still got issues with it. We were walking through Golden Gate Park, and this guy walked out in front of us very briskly, like he was walking but super quickly. And he was in a lab coat but had slippers on, so he looked like someone who'd like escaped from somewhere, by using a disguise. And as he walked past us, he went into his top pocket, pulled out a huge wad of dollar bills, and threw them in the air, and then sort of dashed away. And it was like, okay, so we picked up some of these bills, and I was like, stop that guy, he's just dropped some money. And my parents were like, I'm pretty sure he like threw it. I think he didn't drop it. And we were wondering, is this like laced with something? Like, should we be even touching these? And then we went and got like Japanese tea, which was nice.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's cute.
On his money.
That's so bizarre.
Really weird.
That's a wedding thing, isn't it? Where people throw money from their car.
Oh, really?
Is it?
Because I think there's something to do, because I remember being a kid walking around our village, and like this wedding carriage came past and they threw just like coins at us.
Coins.
Literally like 10 pences and stuff.
Not bills, coins.
Wait, wedding throwing money. Is it a thing? Yeah. Children would gather around the wedding car as the bride left for church, and her father would throw the money out as they drove off. Apparently, it's a thing.
As if a wedding's not expensive enough, you also have to throw money away.
Literally,
when you leave the church. God.
I was lucky there. I went and bought myself some sweets with the floor pennies that I picked up.
Nice.
All right. Thank you very much, boys. Would you like...
Thank you. That was great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Would you like one last question?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's from Darius Owen Canning, at Darius Canning on Twitter. Congratulations. You've just been made chief egg designer at Kinder. What surprise do you put in this year's chocolate pods?
Razor blades.
Razor blades, yeah.
That is a surprise, to be fair.
Yeah. Surprise.
One of those special life jackets they have on planes where you pull it and it expands. But actually maybe the slide that they have. So
the entire slide.
Yeah. So you eat and there's the little pod, you open it up and then you pull the little ripcord. You're like, what's this? And then just your entire living room explodes because a huge inflatable slide has expanded rapidly to help you escape from a plane.
To help you escape from the slide that's coming at you, about to suffocate you in your own house.
Yeah, big time.
I think I'm gonna include an invitation to join Michael Johnson's 2020 baby race.
God. What, like Willy Wonka?
What's the prize money?
You get
Some pennies from a wedding.
I speed past it in my car and throw coins at you, and that's it. And that's what you get. Wow. Or maybe I'll fill the pod with coins.
Okay. It'd be heavy, feel valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
How about
Really
a little
heavy Kinder
just
egg.
a stone or a little ball of concrete or something?
Or maybe just a series of slightly smaller pods inside the pod.
Yeah.
Until the very end.
Oh, that'd be magical.
There's
nothing.
There's a chickpea, a dry
Just
chickpea.
crying children. Oh, a chickpea. You could, if you bought enough Kinder eggs, you can make your own hummus.
Oh,
Collect them all.
all of the chickpeas.
I must have told this story before. It's Anecdote City from Peter Austin
Really
today, isn't it?
is.
Jeez. Some of my German family came over once and we were having lunch and someone whipped out the hummus because, welcome to England. And she was saying, "Oh, what's this that you've got?" And we're like, "Oh, it's hummus." And they may well have hummus in Germany, but maybe they call it something else. But I don't know. Anyway, so she's like, "Oh, I'm not sure what this is." And we said, "Oh, it's chickpea." And she went, oh, no, I don't think I want any of that. Oh, no, thank you. And we didn't realise at the time, but we later realised she thought it was hen's urine. It was made from like the piss of a chicken because it's chickpea. But we put her straight, fortunately. Otherwise, she'd never have hummus for the rest of her life.
Oh, imagine being her sat in that room watching everyone urine.
Took into the chick piss.
This is madness. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, no, thanks." She was polite about it, but she's like, "Oh, no, I don't think I'll have any of that. Thank you very much."
Oh, dear. Oh, lovely. Thank you very much, boys. I think that's all the questions for
That's
today.
it.
Wow,
Yeah.
we did it.
We did it.
Wonderful. Well,
Certainly did.
Thank you so much, everybody, for coming along to this episode of Podiots. Did you know that there's some merchandise you might consider possibly looking at, potentially, Michael?
Oh, you might possibly consider buying it as well.
Yeah, don't just look at it.
Yeah. Well, you can look at it after you buy it. That's the best thing at all. It's 2 in 1. If you head over to store.yogscast.com, you can find some of the most beautiful merchandise you've ever seen. We've got a Vidiots mug, a Vidiots t-shirt, several Vidiots t-shirt, and even a hoodie. Hoodie. If you want to stay nice and warm and drink liquids, and you want to save a bit of money, you can use code Vidiots at checkout for 10% off everything on the Yogscast store. Everything, not just our stuff. So if you can buy your t-shirts, your mugs, and let's see, some new socks.
Wow.
And you'll have the pleasure of getting 10% off with code Vidiots. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Amazing. Hey, we're on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook.com/Vidiots Official. We're also on twitch.tv/Vidiots Official. We stream every so often. Mikey just streamed and got doxxed by his dad. The VOD should be up on the YouTube channel soon, if not already. Streamlabs.com/Podiots donations to donate and get a shout out and join Pod Squad. £3 or more will give you a shout out at the beginning and the end of the show, and you will be enlisted to fight in a foreign war. So please be excited for that. Mikey, who's in Pod Squad this week?
We've got Mikey's dad, DC Harry Bat, from Con, Kevin. Freddie Weber. Will you shut up, man? Big Titty Jesus 42. Arthur from Natural 9 is very generous. Thank you very much. Coarse, rough, gets everywhere. Hashtag justice for bourbons. Bourbons?
Mate.
Fuck.
Thin ice.
Sorry. This is just rubbing it in now. It's salt in the wound. A little bit of Monica, who's very generous. Like a spooky skelly. Dildo on a nitro concept chair. Stephen Scodes. Tommy the Wank Engine. Windy Miller. The generous Tommy the Wank Engine, sorry. Windy Miller and Trunter's trunting daughter.
Also, Arseface, Garlic Pudding Phillips, Willem Bobilum Defillum, Dysfunctional Ballcock, Cameron Skelly, Definitely Not a Virgin 69, Gurnt, Emily Lemons, Lord Brotovich, Chav Ramirez, Auntie Chungus and Uncle Fat, Donna C07, Megs on Toast, who was very generous, thank you Megs, Kez of Gallifrey, a succulent Chinese Mao, who was also very generous, thank you Mao, and T-Face NT Furious Tokyo Meat.
Finn Tristram's TV burp, Dave Bacon Phillips, who was outrageously generous and didn't leave a message, but thank you very much. The CG, Meaty Piss Flaps, may have donated twice, oh well. Wear masks properly, you twats. I didn't get any V-Bucks, why? Here, 3 Vidiots bucks. Bring back at Dave, knee deep in Fortnite V-Bucks. Biff Jerky, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bojo's Cheesy Chode, Terrence's Chocky Tangerine, Queef Wellington, The Arse Crack Bandit, Mercenary Prostitute, Alan Claw, The Very Generous, A Very Sorry Boy, The Very Generous, A Very Sorry Boy. Thank you very much, everybody. That is your Pod Squad for this episode. Thank you so much. Reminder, streamlabs.com/Podiots donations, £3 or more to get a shout out. Thank you, everybody. Mikey, where can people find you?
At Paraboy on the Twitters, where if you go over there, you will in fact see my dad doxing me. So enjoy that.
Nice.
Yeah, it's where I do all my things nowadays. It's where I'll announce streams, if not on the Vidiots Twitch. So, not on the Vidiots Twitter, sorry. Thank you very much and go follow.
Fantastic. Peter, where are we?
We're at Team Triple Jump, everywhere that's worth being. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch. We're doing videos and streams and things all about video games. This is not, remember everyone, this is not a video game podcast. We always get asked video game questions here on Podiots. That's the wrong place for it.
Here.
Don't bring
Go
that
away.
stuff here. Go away.
Go to Triple Jump.
Yeah, Triple Jump's great. Rules Boss is over there, as is Worst Games Ever. Go check it out if you haven't already, you lunatics.
Absolutely. Bastards. Leave us an iTunes review or a review/rating on your platform of choice. Something. Algorithms. Do we have a final question? Yes, we do. What was it again, Peter?
Draw your own anime Vidiots thing. If you go to the thread on Twitter, you can see the British one to get an idea of what you're supposed to be doing, and our fantastic attempts as well.
Yeah. Outstanding. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. We hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back in a couple of weeks' time where it will be officially our Halloween episode, because the episode after that will be in November. So it will be slightly before Halloween, but Halloween time next episode probably. Okay, all right. Anybody got anything they want to say?
No.
Michael?
No.
Okay, all right. He's been told off now. He can't.
Ben, you go. I want to be quiet. Ben, do you got anything to say?
Yes, I'd like to say plorps.
Good word.
Good. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah,
okay.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.